Hi, Miguel here, back with another Naruto vlog. Today we're doing Volume 6, Sakura's Decision, and wow, things go downhill pretty quickly. Uh, it's like, so in the previous volume, we discovered that the Sound Ninja and there's also a Grass Ninja trio that was messing things up. Well, not really messing things up. They were partaking in the exam, but they had other intentions that were not related to the exam, and possibly nefarious ones. Well, here we find out what exactly those intentions are. We discover that the village hidden in the grass did have a trio of ninjas who were supposed to take part in the exam, but ended up, sorry, checking my mic, but ended up actually found dead in the somewhere, and the person who killed them actually stole their identities and partook in the exam in their place. And this person is a rogue ninja by the name of Orochimaru. And I love that name. It's a Japanese monster, I believe. But anyway, so Orochimaru has infiltrated this exam, and not only that, the Sound Ninja apparently are also working for him. So that means that this exam has been compromised, essentially, and that the ninja in the exam are in danger. And it turns out, by the way, that the proctor for this part of the exam, Anko Mitarashi, we've met her in the previous volume, of course. She has some history with Orochimaru, in that I suppose she was his disciple or something of the sort. She was actually, well, we'll get to that in a second. So Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura find Orochimaru's followers in the forest, and I really like the beginning part of this volume because it showcases exactly how Sasuke in particular has come to understand his fellow teammates to a point where he can recognize them when someone is trying to disguise as them. Someone tries to disguise as Naruto at one point, and Sasuke's like, you're not Naruto. Naruto is right-handed, you are left-handed. And he dispatches with him in that way. And later, another person attempts to masquerade as Naruto, and earlier, Sasuke had attempted to establish a password in the form of a poem about ninja. And Naruto's like, how am I supposed to remember that? Sakura already apparently, she knows the poem, so she memorizes it. She knows what the password is. So when this imposter comes in and Sasuke asks him for the password, the imposter recites the password perfectly, having overheard it when Sasuke told it to Naruto and Sakura. And Sasuke is like, okay, well, you're not Naruto. Naruto would not have remembered that. Which, I like that. I like seeing how Sasuke has come to know the abilities and to know his teammates that well, which I really like. But yeah, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura run into Orochimaru in the forest, and Orochimaru seems to have this thing with snakes. I couldn't quite figure it out. Again, like, this volume in particular, I had a hard time following the action sometimes, but Naruto at one point gets swallowed by a big snake, and he bursts out with some very creative application of his cloning jutsu, which causes the snake to kind of explode, I suppose. But Orochimaru seems to have this affinity for snakes to the point where when he is eventually finished with Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura, they're unable to defeat Orochimaru, and the rogue ninja actually bites Sasuke, leaving his imprint. I suppose it's like his mark on Sasuke, which I suppose is some kind of poison or something. And this is where we find that he has a very similar that Anko has a very similar mark. having encountered Orochimaru before, having had a history with Orochimaru, she has the same mark, and apparently there is a 9 out of 10 chance of dying from that mark. And Anko did not die from that mark. She survived, and Orochimaru is thinking, well, Sasuke is a descendant of this like really distinguished clan among Konohagakure village, the Uchiha. Yeah, I pronounced that right. I think the Uchiha clan, Uchiha family, something of that sort. But he is a distinguished member of this family. He possesses the Sharingan Eye. I can use that to my advantage. He can become my successor if he is capable of surviving that mark. And with Sasuke and Naruto injured, it's up to Sakura to take care of them and at the same time defend them from any attack that might befall them. And, you know, there is an attack that befalls them. The Sound Ninja come in and they attack them. And we see Rock Lee jump in to save Sakura. And when we first met Rock Lee, he was stopped by his master Guy from performing a forbidden technique. The Lotus Technique is what it's called. And here we find out why. It's because the technique actually requires so much energy from your body that every time you use it, it's like taking a part of yourself away from you. So he's only supposed to use it when defending someone very near and dear to him. And because Lee, such a sweetheart, Lee believes that Sakura is that one person who is very near and dear to him that he has to protect with all his might, he uses the technique against the Sound Ninja. Unfortunately, the Sound Ninja, physical attacks aren't going to work on them as well because they utilize sound and the vibrations in the air to manipulate their attacks. So Lee's efforts were all for naught. He ends up wasting all of his energy. Meanwhile, the Sound Ninja are perfectly primed to finish the job. Meanwhile, Team Asuma, Choji, Shikamaru, and Ino have been watching the battle, while Sakura has been protecting Sasuke and Naruto, and Rock Lee has been protecting Sakura. Ino is reflecting on her experiences with Sakura, thinking, and we finally get to understand the rivalry between Ino and Sakura. Not only are they both rivals for Sasuke's heart, they were once very good friends. And Ino actually took pity on Sakura, who was being made fun of for her big forehead. I don't know why that's they did that in Apollo Justice, but like I never really realized that was an actual thing people make fun of. But anyway, Ino takes pity on Sakura and shows her like, this is how you ought to display your appearance. You ought to like show that forehead, take all that hair covering your forehead out. I know you're trying to use it to hide your forehead, but it's actually a lot better. It confuses people when you actually display your forehead. You say, this is me, this is who I am, and you cannot make fun of it. It is not a point of vulnerability for me. And it helps Sakura become a lot more confident in herself. But then Ino finds out that Sakura is also infatuated with Sasuke, and that makes them rivals. Now Ino feels a little more betrayed that she had helped Sakura, and Sakura turns out is after the same thing that she has, making them rivals, and it makes them bitter towards each other, which is an interesting way of developing this animosity between the two. It's like it's like helping someone you didn't realize was your enemy, which I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I'm really excited to see how these two continue to fight for the affection of Sasuke, and how they continue to quarrel over these past wrongs. But that said, Ino actually makes a decision to help Sakura at one point, fend off the Sound Ninja. Sakura has a really, really great character-defining moment. I'm so glad that we finally get a great character-defining moment from Sakura, because up till this point, we've seen Naruto fight for Sakura. We've seen Sasuke fight for Sakura. And now we've seen Rock Lee fight for Sakura. All of these people fighting to protect Sakura. Meanwhile, she's in the background. She was protecting Tazuna during the battle with Zabuza. And she actually automatically fainted when they were being tested by Kakashi. She hasn't had the opportunity to do anything for herself. She's always had Sasuke and Naruto trying to take most of a load for her, and oftentimes actually just protecting her, making her kind of a damsel in distress sort of situation. Well, not really a damsel in distress, because she doesn't need rescuing. She's just the one person who she doesn't do much in the team. Well, now Sasuke and Naruto are out of commission. Rock Lee has failed in protecting her. Now it's up to her to protect them from the Sound Ninja. And she has this really, really great moment where one of the Sound Ninja is grabbing her by her long hair. And the memory floods back for Ino that she was like, I hear that Sasuke is into long hair, which is why I'm growing my hair out longer. Ino has her hair really, really long. Sakura actually has her hair pretty long too. And I remember actually, I've seen Sakura in promo art and also in like various different media, like video games and such. And I remember her hair being much shorter than it was in the manga, and I was like, huh, maybe I was just imagining things. But no, Sakura at this point actually cuts off her hair in order to free herself from the Sound Ninja. And it felt, I don't know, it felt so relieving for me. Not only was it like, hey, I'm not going crazy, Sakura actually did have shorter hair, but it also felt so defining for Sakura's character. It was such a defining moment because she is saying to herself, like, no more, I'm not going to allow Naruto and Sasuke to continue bearing the weight for me. I'm going to fight my own battles, and not only that, I'm actually going to, it's my turn to protect them. It's my turn to take their burden onto my shoulders instead of the other way around. And I really feel like Sakura has been growing stronger from her experiences as a shinobi so far in the past 5-6 volumes, which I'm very happy to see that. I'm very, very happy to finally see Sakura take some action into her own hands, take some responsibility into her own hands. I've been waiting volumes for that to happen. But anyway, yeah. Sakura does that awesome thing. So right now Sasuke is out of commission. We still don't know how long it's going to take for that mark to take effect. We don't know how Sasuke is going to deal with it, if he's going to deal with it, how he's going to deal with it, how Naruto and Sakura are going to help him through it. And we don't really know entirely what Orochimaru is up to, or how he came to be, or what exactly he means when he says he wants Sasuke to be his successor. We know Orochimaru is very snake-like. His neck extends like a snake. He has snakes for days. And so does that mean when he says Sasuke is going to be his successor, does that mean he's imparting his powers to Sasuke? Or is there something about him that is, it's going to manifest in Sasuke? I don't know. I'm really excited to see and kind of scared. I know, one other thing that I should mention, we know that he has it out for someone. He wants revenge on someone, and I don't remember if it was ever mentioned in the other volumes. I remember it mentioned at one point that Sasuke has an older brother. I didn't realize that's the person he wanted his revenge on, his older brother. So we know he's already headed down a dark path. So how does Orochimaru's curse, how does his mark affect the path that he's going on, now that it does make it a lot darker? Is there something about that mark that is actually going to affect Sasuke's personality in some form or another, that ties into his need for revenge on his brother? It's so interesting. I'm so engaged by this. Honestly, I think this volume has really made me. It's really made me look forward to what's coming up for Naruto and company. Like the fight with Zabuza, that felt like a side story. While it was very good and it was very satisfying, and it had a lot of defining moments for, particularly for Sasuke and for Naruto, I still felt like it was a side story. Like, okay, this is just something that we're doing along the way. It's not that related to the main story of the nine-tailed fox in Naruto's in Naruto's body. It's not related much to Sasuke's revenge. It felt like a side story. This, like, because this is taking place during the exams, because Orochimaru's mark seems like a very dark thing to add on to Sasuke's revenge. It feels very compelling. It feels like we're making a lot of progress in this volume with regards to the main story. So I am really excited to continue on to volume 6, by the way. I mean, volume 7, I'm sorry. So this book is done. Won't be needing it until I go back and read the series, inevitably. And I will see you for volume 7 right here. I love Orochimaru on this front cover. It's very menacing. I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, see you.